Hey everybody, we're going to be reviewing a flight that I had on Enigma's Cold War server. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording it while I was flying, so this is the track recording. So you won't hear the uh, Overlord AI or me talking to it, but right now I have just been vectored onto a Vigan, which is in a fight with Mr. Fonzo over here. So I tried to get low, pull up the radar contacts here. I thought that it was a single contact that was showing some ghost images on the scope down here. Turned out not to be. I didn't know that when I came in, but you can see them up there. I IFF'd, so I locked onto the enemy contact. Remember to always IFF. I've been seeing a lot of friendly fire incidents recently. So I'm just trying to close the range on what turned out to be a Vigan. I'm going to try to get an R3R off on him, which they're actually not bad. I used to dog on them myself. Do you see him tracking? Okay. That was the... Okay, that was the MiG. Alright. The only problem with the R3Rs is I didn't realize he was in a dogfight. If I did, I would have just come in and fired an R60 off at him. But, it's alright. They're not very maneuverable. But yeah, it's okay. Alright. Looks like that's the Vigan over there. I see a missile out, didn't realize it was the MiG-21, so I dropped some flares. I actually don't think I even noticed the other MiG until the very end right here. Yeah, it's about right here when I see the other MiG. So I come in on the Vigan, get a tone on him, fire an R60M, and got him. I don't think he even saw me. Unfortunately, friendly MiG did a loop, too low to the ground, and stalled and crashed at the same time as the Vigan. Alright. After this, I fly around for a little longer and get vectored onto some B-52s. So now you can see that we're closing in on these B-52s. Lambast 1-1 over here, already at 5,000 meters. Scotch 1-1, almost 5,000. I'm still pretty darn low. At 550, there was an A-10 right here that had just gone down. I was running him down, and after he crashed, I get vectored onto these B-52s, so you can see I am starting to climb up. Overlord had told me to drag them north, so that's what I'm doing here, and I believe it was Lambast 1-1 called them out west of sector 26 and 27. And here I spotted a B-52 going down. One went down, another one up there. Yep, I believe that knocked down the total aircraft to 10 from 12. So it was there. You can see the gaggle of them now. I turn on the radar. I IFF. I see that there is the lower left contact on the screen is a friendly. I believe that's going to be the MiG-19 that's with us. and then everything else is a B-52. Now they are well above me. They're at 5,000 meters or so. My altimeter right there says I'm at about 3. So I see what seems to be a lone B-52 over here. So I'm going to try to pick him off. MiG-21's radar is a little difficult to get things locked up in. You gotta get the hang of it, but I get him. I see him up there. Kind of hard to miss a B-52. So I'm just waiting to close the distance with him. Gotta wait for the line on the scope to hit those bars. There goes the missile. Because I only carry 4 missiles, I'm hesitant to use more than I have to. So I now see the other B-52s of this flight. There's my missile, self-destructed, it missed. So now I'm going to close the range, and I have one R-60M left. So that's one heater. They're very small missiles, designed for dogfighting. I shouldn't have used it because it's not gonna do a whole bunch against the B-52, but I ended up doing it. Launched the R-60. It doesn't go for flares. It does hit. He doesn't drop his bombs, so I don't think he's... I don't even know if it might have fused off his tail. But this is what the 23mm is for. Get him with the 23. Maneuver around. Get the next B-52. Down he goes. So there's kills 2 and 3. And I see that last one right over there. I'm now out of missiles. Only guns. But that's alright. You just saw me make quick work of 2 B-52s with my 23mm. Closing the distance. Now he was moving a little bit faster than I expected. The closure rate was not as fast as I had hoped. So I do put in burner. I'm very aware that my fuel down here is getting pretty low. Now, if I had saved the R3R when fighting the Viggen, I would have been able to easily shoot this B-52 down with it right now. Because unlike the last one, he's not flanking, so it would have just been a very simple straight and shoot. So he sees me coming, he starts flaring, not knowing if I have missiles or not. Unfortunately for him, it's all guns. So we close the range. Get the 23mm off. I do hit him. He drops his stores. I go high, in order to maintain some energy on him. Slot back in on the poor B-52. And finish him off. So I did drop my ventral fuel tank. and I'm very low on gas. I'm at just over 1,000 liters left, which is nothing in the MiG-21. You will burn through that so fast, especially if you use afterburner. So I'm now thinking, okay, I gotta get home. Here's out the B-52 parachutes. There's my home base. So I gotta get from here. I gotta get 139 kilometers on pretty much no gas. Fortunately, I'm pretty high altitude, so I can trade a lot of that at a low engine setting. So it's about right here when I realize just how critical my fuel state is. I throttle down, try to maintain some speed, dropping altitude, and as you can see, I'm still roughly 140 kilometers away from my base, which is significant. I am 90 kilometers away from Mr. Coke right here. He will be important later on. So the final character in our story is Mr. Coke 00, flying a Vigan at the speed of heat on the deck as the Vigans do, absolutely laden with bombs, 2 sidewinders, whatever the heck the Vigans carry, and as you can see, just 18 kilometers from me, as I am attempting to make the nearly 90 kilometer trek on less than 1,000 liters of fuel. So, I didn't notice at the time what he was doing, but let's go ahead and watch Mr. Coke 00 striking our industrial target that I assume the B-52s attempted to hit, but were obviously intercepted before they could. Great approach. Bombs away. Oh, looks like he just missed him. That's too bad, man. That was a great effort. So it looks like right about here is where I get the bandit call out from Overlord. I remember literally saying to myself, I don't have time for this. We'll check my fuel state. Yeah, I don't have fuel for a dogfight. So I call it again, hoping this Vegan is leaving me alone, but it looks like he's not gonna. So I turn into him. Here he comes. Breaks the sound barrier. And I'm a little slower, and I can point this thing very easily. I am out of missiles, just about out of gas, but I use my afterburner because there's no way I'm going to be able to maneuver with them otherwise. I know I've got to get him right now, very soon. So instead of keeping it long, keeping up my energy, cut power, roll in to keep it tight, and get the point blank gunshot. I do not have time. Stay around, see what happens, try to finish him off. I just pray to God he's dead, and I am back on my way. He ejects, aircraft crashes. We have a good laugh about it in the chat. Fuel state after using afterburner. Got fuel 400 liter light on, and it looking too pretty. So here I am coming in the final. I made it to the airfield with 200 liters gas. I do not have the gas to do a full pattern, so I called out that I was making an emergency landing. I have to be very careful not to let my speed go too much. So just put the flaps down in landing position. Yep, I know I only have one chance of this or else I gotta eject. Unfortunately, it was a little heavy, but wheels stayed up. Everything turned out okay. And when I get to the taxiway and park, I ended up having about 50 liters of gas. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.